Hello everyone, I'm Georgen, I'm a dietitian and you're watching Georgen Cooking. First of all, Selamat Hari Raya dan Salam Aidilfitri to all my Muslim friends and wishing you a wonderful time celebrating New Year with your family and friends. But most importantly, berhati-hati semasa di Jalan Raya, have a safe trip balik kampung. If you're tired after driving hours, you can take a break, get some rest, or even watch Georgen Cooking and get some inspiration on what to cook during this Raya. You can consider cooking this, or this, or even today's recipe, Ayam Goreng Berempah. Alright, this Ayam Goreng Berempah is actually a very easy dish and a perfect choice to be served to your guests during open house. What you need to do is just prepare the marinades and marinate the chicken in bulk, keep in the fridge for overnight, and when your guest is here, you can just cook them right away. You can fry it, you can air fry it, you can grill it, you can barbecue it, you can bake it, you name it. And for today, I am going to air fry the chicken. So today's video is actually sponsored, not by the air fryer, but these chickens are actually sponsored by one of my friend, Pei Chi, because I forgot to bring my wallet when shopping at a mini market. She paid for the drumstick and she specifically asked me to mention her name in this video. Thank you so much, Pei Chi. Thank you so much, Pei Chi. Alright, today's recipe is Ayam Goreng Berempah, and rempah in English means spices. That means we are going to use a variety of spices to marinate the chicken today and make it tasty. And these are the ingredients needed today. As you know, it's best to add flavors to a dish by using natural spices. That's because you are right to reduce the use of salt and other high sodium condiments like sauces, seasoning cubes, seasoning powder. To take care of our blood pressure in the long run, it's good for our heart and kidney as well. Other than that, because spices are plant-based, hence they contain a high level of antioxidants and polyphenols as well, which are important to maintain good health and also strengthen our immune system. Out of all these spices, there are two which I think are very important must-have, which are jintan manis, fennel seed, and jintan putih, cumin seed. They are usually available in powdered form. However, I couldn't get the fennel seeds powder, jintan manis, from the mini market that I went. So I bought the whole fennel seeds, I toast it and I grind it on my own. Alright, let's get started. Okay, the very first step and most probably the last step of this recipe is basically throw everything into this blender, blend it into a smooth paste and marinate this chicken. Oh yes, and one more thing. The usual recipe of Ayam Goreng Berempah requires daun curry, curry leaf, but I couldn't find any today, so I'm going to skip it. But if you have it, you do not need to blend it together, but only add it in after you have blended the paste. Alright? For onion and lemongrass, their size are relatively bigger, so I'm going to cut them into smaller chunks first. Alright, after cutting everything into similar size, then we can put them into the blender and start blending. Shallots, garlic, ginger, onion, and lemongrass. Okay, so I will blend this first and then add in the dry one later. Add in about 50 ml of water as well. Add some water if it doesn't blend well. Alright, so now we'll be adding in the dried spice powder. Alright, done blending. Oh, the smells are really good. Oh. So the next step is marinating. I have this big Ziploc bag here with me. You can use a plastic container or even a glassware if you like. Open it. Put in the chicken. And next, the spices. Okay, after that, add some salt now if you like. For taste, I'm adding about half teaspoon of salt here. Add it in, right? After that, lie it flat. Try to squeeze some air out of it so that the paste can have a better contact with the chicken. Okay, seal it. Mix it well. Squeeze here, squeeze there. Make sure the chicken is well coated with the marinades, the spices. Alright, so now this will go into the fridge for at least 3 hours, or better still, overnight. See you later!
Tomorrow.
Alright, it's time to fry the chicken. The first thing we have to do is we have to coat the inner basket of the air fryer with a little bit of oil to prevent the chicken from sticking when we are frying it. Alright, let's do it. Okay, spray a little bit of oil. Alright, next let's put in the chicken. And spray or brush a little bit of oil on the chicken before we put it into the air fryer. Alright, put it into the air fryer. But wait, isn't fried food bad? Can we still eat it? Of course, to be honest, there are no good food and bad food, but there is food that we shouldn't be eating too regularly, and fried food is one of them. Food, other than keeping us alive, we connect with food in so many different ways. We celebrate with food, certain food comfort us when we are feeling down, and food also reflects our identity and who we are. For example, each ethnicity and race will have their own unique cuisines. At the end of the day, the key is to find the balance. For example, when it comes to eating fried food, there are a few things that we can do to make it better. Number one, try cooking at home. The type of oil that's used at restaurant or when we are eating out for deep frying are usually oil that is being used repeatedly, or we call recycled oil. Every time the oil is being reheated, the amount of polymers and polar compounds will increase, and these are the substances that may link to the increased risk of certain diseases, for example, cancer. So when we are making our own fried food at home, it gives us definite control over what type of oil that we are using. And number two, when we're making fried chicken or meat, try to remove as much visible fats as possible when we are prepping the meat or chicken. This helps to reduce the amount of saturated fat in this fried food. And number three, consider what I'm doing today. Air frying instead of deep frying the chicken. But of course, air frying will not be able to replicate 100% the texture and mouthfeel of deep fried food, but I would say it is 80% near, if not less. And for the sake of healthy eating, I think this 20% is something worth compromising sometimes. Number 4, frequency. When it comes to fried food, the general rule of thumb is try to limit it to no more than 2 times a week. But if you're able to go lower than that, good for you. Number 5, removing the chicken skin before eating fried chicken. I'm keeping the skin on this time because I want to keep it moist when air frying the chicken, but it would be good if you can remove the chicken skin right before eating to further reduce the saturated fats and also calories as well. Alright, so these 5 tips are definitely something we can try to work on and practice to build a better relationship with fried food. Okay, so there are 2 phases when it comes to air frying the chicken. The first phase is 160 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, and the second phase will be 200 degrees Celsius for the last 5 minutes. Alright, let's get started.
Eventually.
Alright, finally some me time with my Ayam Goreng Berempah. Ta-da! It's time to taste. Selamat menjamu selera. It is beyond word. This tastes exactly like Ayam Goreng Berempah. I mean, it is Ayam Goreng Berempah, but it tastes exactly like you are frying it in oil. If I were to tell someone this is just an ordinary Ayam Goreng Berempah, I think that he or she might believe it. The spices really make so much difference and bring me to a whole new world. A whole new world, a new horizon to pursue. Alright, finally I hope you like this recipe that I shared with you today, Ayam Goreng Berempah. And if you like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page Georgen Cooking. And when you are subscribing to my YouTube channel, do not forget to turn on the notification. So in the future, if I have any upcoming video, you'll be the first one to be notified. And once again, Selamat Hari Raya and Salam Aidilfitri to all my Muslim friends. Wishing you a wonderful time with your friends and family. See you at the next episode. Bye bye.